Hey guys, it's Jason here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the video. Today we're unboxing the new truck from Hobao, the Hyper 10 SE 2.0. This is a 110 scale short course truck. I have the RTR version, however, you can get it in a roller version. We'll go over that stuff, guys, later in the video. But for now, let's just get it out of the box and check it out. Now, here we have a couple of the bodies that you can get for this truck. So again, I got, guys, the RTR version. If you get the roller version, which I think is like 85% ready to run, that just means that it comes with the truck, you get the body, you get the wheels and tires. You do not get your ESC, your motor, your steering servo, and your radio gear. And you don't get a colored body, you actually get a clear body so you can paint it yourself, which is pretty cool. But in the RTR realm, they come either with the orange and black, this blue, and we'll talk about this, guys, in a second. We'll talk about the red windows. If you've been following any of my videos on the VTE, you'll have seen those red windows, so you know what's going on. You can also get a white to blue. It's pretty much the same kind of scheme. So the way you have kind of these flames in the orange, it just happens to be white into blue. And there's also just a solid gunmetal color. I chose to actually, guys, get the blue one. And then I had asked Hobao if they could send along maybe another body just to kind of showcase a different color. And they sent this orange and black one. Now this one is from the 10 SE 2.0. The only reason, guys, I'm kind of bringing emphasis to that is that if you go over here and past my little section of parts, they also have, they sent me the 10 SC body. So this is from the original version 1 truck. And from what I can see, it looks identical. The only difference is instead of saying 10 SC 2.0, this says 4-wheel drive 10 SC, and they've got stickers on the back. So it's kind of nice that they sent me this too, because this will probably be the body that if I'm going to go and do like a parking lot run or something like that, where if I happen to flip it and I'm going to be, you know, skidding across the pavement, I'll do it on that body and save these ones for more just my general bashing and stuff like that. This blue body, guys, if you watched any of my VTE video, you'll know that basically when I got the car out of the box, I got really excited because I loved that blue. And I immediately started thinking about this Tamiya translucent paint right here. And what this is just a red kind of tinting paint, and that's why the windows look the way they do. I've got it on my VTE up here, as well as the TT 2.0, and it just gives the car kind of a cool look. So that's why I did it over on this one as well, because it just kind of really tops it off, kind of covers up a bit of that whole clearness and just gives it kind of a cool look. But either way, back to this body, guys, which looks absolutely sick. I like how Hobao kind of keeps their sort of old school kind of look, but then upgrades everything underneath the body, because once I get that body off, guys, it is super impressive. Now, unfortunately, guys, I did not have a version 1 of this truck, so I can't really do a comparison. However, I can go over all the parts, talk about the kind of the things that stand out the most to me and what I really, really like. Now, hey, kind of a spoiler alert here, guys. You know that I am a huge Hobao fanboy. I have had their MT+2, their MTX, the drag car, their buggy, the TT 2.0, the VTE. I think that's it. So I love their cars. And Hobao, this is what Hobao does. If you can imagine like 3 short course trucks in front of you right now. Let's say you have the kind of standard one from, you know, let's say the 2 big popular, let's say, RC companies. You've got them here. You got a super dialed in race truck over here. So okay money, you know, let's say middle of the road, super expensive over here. And then in the middle, you've got a company that, yeah, the trucks are a little bit more money, but they've taken everything up a notch. Every part of the truck is better than that one over here. Maybe not as extreme as that kit version over here of a truck, but they do everything, guys, so well. And that's what I'm going to kind of cover in this video, because it's really hard to showcase something in a video. It's really hard to kind of pass off how well and how good this truck looks, how every part looks. Something as simple as the Ackerman plate and how nicely it's machined. This top plate right here, again, guys, how nicely it's done. It's really hard to kind of, in a video, show that. And it's not until you get this truck or you get any Hobao product, you get it on your bench and you start looking at it that you go, oh, yeah, I get it now. I just remembered I also have the SSTE. again, another truck that a lot of people didn't know of, and I started making videos of it because I was always really impressed with it. And then all of a sudden, other people started grabbing it because they realized how good that truck was. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. JTRC, Aussie RC Playground, they all had them first, and they were doing the same thing I was doing. They were getting them out, they were running them, they were showing how wicked a truck is. And it's funny, guys, now, because at the time of this part, this exact part of the video, when I first started this, there was nothing online, there was nothing on YouTube at all. However, JTRC just dropped a video where he does a comparison between the version 1 and the second and the version 2. So if it's something you want to see, definitely check him out. But in this video, guys, like I mentioned, we're just going to go over the truck and let you guys know what's going on here. Now, what you need to know is this, again, guys, is the RTR version. So this came with an 18 kilogram steering servo. You can also see the collar here for the servo saver. You have a 60 amp Hobbywing ESC, good for 2 and 3S, and you have a 3900 kV motor here. Now, there is a lot of room, guys, in here for a longer can. However, thanks to JT's video, on 3S, he got this truck up to 45 miles an hour, and it looked really controlled in his video. He's in like a parking lot, and the truck looks straight as an arrow. So I'll probably keep this 3900 kV in it for the first little while, see how it is, maybe gear it up a little bit when it starts to get more warmer outside, and I kind of know what I'm working with. Right now, if I did this today when it's like minus 15, that would not be a good day to gear something. But coming back, guys, to the truck, you've got front and rear aluminum shock towers, front and rear sway bars. The shocks are fully aluminum, aluminum body, aluminum cap. You just can't see them because they got these guards on here. The suspension feels very plush, very nice. I did pick up the gray springs for this just because I know, even though I don't plan, guys, on beating the crap out of this truck, I am still going to jump it. So I do like a slightly stiffer suspension. This is definitely set up for like ripping around a track. It would be very, very smooth. And probably the first few times I drive it, that's the way it'll be. But once I decide that I want to start hitting that ramp, I'll probably go to the gray springs. Now, as you look at this truck, it definitely resembles the TT 2.0. There's a lot of parts on this truck that I'm pretty sure could carry over into the TT 2.0 or vice versa. Obviously, certain parts are going to be longer, so your chassis, these chassis braces are a lot longer, but I just noticed things again, like the Ackerman plate, guys, this top plate right here, they all resemble the same parts, or I'm pretty sure, guys, they are the same parts as the TT 2.0. The arms on this truck are different than the version 1. I had noticed that when I was kind of looking on Hobao's website, kind of looking at the differences between the version 1 and the version 2. The shocks on the version 1 looked to have more positions for tuning it. And as well, guys, on that note, because I don't think I've mentioned it yet, this truck is fully tunable. So you've got your 3 differentials. So you've got your front, your center, and your rear. They're all fluid filled so that you can change them, tweak them however you want. And the one thing I noticed when I was looking on the website and I was kind of looking into the version 1 to kind of compare it to this one, they've changed the motor and the motor setup. So before, the motor was facing the other way. The center differential was kind of more mounted up here. So they've kind of moved it back a bit. Same style, guys, as the TT 2.0. And when I've been driving that truck and jumping it, it handles perfect. So I'm assuming, guys, this works. So the way they've kind of distributed the weight between having the servo, the receiver box, everything up here, you can even see that the battery is mounted more forward in this truck. And then you've got that center differential and the motor sitting back here. Now, I went ahead and removed the wheels and tires just so that we could take another good look at this truck, check out all 4 corners, and kind of go over some of the parts that maybe we just couldn't see when we had the wheels and tires on. So we do have 12mm hexes, and I noticed that the steering knuckles are a little bit different than the TT 2.0, kind of the way they're holding the pillow balls in. They may have changed that. I had one of the earlier kind of releases of the TT 2.0, so I've just noticed that they've gone back to more of kind of your normal style of holding your pillow balls. You've got a little aluminum arm here for your adjustable steering link. I didn't mention yet, guys, that you do have aluminum hinge pin carriers. So your A, B, your C, and your D block are all aluminum, as well as, guys, this big beefy one right here. Now, going back, guys, to the 12mm hexes. So I did pick up the 17mm conversion, as well as a set of CVAs for the rear. Now, the reason I grabbed, guys, these 17mm hexes was a while ago I had picked up these. So these are the Louise RC uphills. They're 17mm. And I originally, guys, had bought them for my VTE sort of rally car project that I'm going to be doing, but I still thought it would be nice to try these on this truck. The only thing that I noticed while looking at it is you can kind of see, guys, the hex right there. There's a little bit more offset. It's pushing the tire out a little bit more, where with these tires, it seems to be really kind of flushed in there. So I have a feeling that these are probably not going to work. They're probably going to sit in too much. So if I want to use them, I'll have to go with something just to add a little bit of extension to it. The stock tires themselves feel great. The foams feel great. This is the same tread pattern that they had in the version 1. So I probably will just stick with these. The only thing I'm not a super fan of, guys, is dish wheels at all. And that's just me. A lot of people like them, so it's not, I'm the odd one here. I'm just not a fan. I prefer something like a 5-spoke going on, whatever. But in the beginning, guys, I will run these, and then eventually as I wear these down, I'll switch out to just a different, probably rim and tire combo altogether. Now, while we've got the option parts out here, guys, I thought I would just quickly go over, I do have the aluminum steering knuckles, so we're going to be installing those fairly soon. I've also got the carbon fiber inserts, front and rear. I've only got the fronts here, but I do have the rear ones as well. They're just over there, as well as the rear hub carrier. So we'll be kind of doing a few parts on this truck. I'm not going to go crazy. Now, Hobao does have carbon fiber shock towers, front and rear. I chose to just stick with the aluminum ones. Not for any reason, guys. Carbon fiber is wicked, but I just kind of like the look of the aluminum ones here. Now, because this is a race truck, guys, in my opinion, that's where this truck sits. It's kind of set up for more racing, meaning 2S pack or a 3S pack and a shorty style pack at that. So you can see right here, you've got this little kind of brace right here. So if you were running something like a shorty pack, now I'm not really referring to this. This is a Gens Ace 3S high voltage pack, 4,300 milliamps, but I'm talking more like one of their, let's say, red line shorter packs, high voltage pack would sit in there, no problem. Now, if you're like me and you often just run your normal batteries, you can go ahead and remove this mount right there. And then something like this Gens Ace 3S 5,300 milliamp pack would sit in just fine. I'm not sure, guys, which way I'm going to go. Probably just use my standard 3S batteries. I often save these kind of for my trail trucks and my crawlers because they're a little bit smaller, but they still get crazy runtime. But I just wanted to make you guys aware that if you were kind of looking at this and you saw this, that yeah, you can just go ahead and remove that. Now, a few things that we haven't talked about yet is that, yes, this is the RTR truck, so it does come with a 2.4 gigahertz radio. And overall, guys, this is a pretty good radio. You have your trims here as well as your EPAs. So it is nice that right out of the box, you can get things centered as well as set your endpoints. Definitely, guys, will help keeping your servo intact and not burning it out. As well as, guys, over here, you got your manual. Now, the only reason I ever open up this manual is to check things like my punch setting or maybe my brakes. And what is nice about that is that Hobao always includes a program card. So you don't have to worry about buying, a card separately or having to, push this and then wait and count your beeps or anything like that. You can just plug this in, do your tuning, and you're off and running. All right, guys, on that note, we're going to wrap things up. If you've noticed in this video, especially I would say maybe in the last 5 minutes, that it sounds like I'm talking faster than usual, that is because I've got a cold and at any moment I'm going to lose my voice. So I just wanted to get everything out, guys, because I was pumped to show this truck. Huge thank you to Hobao for sending me out the Hyper 10 SE 2.0. If you guys have been on the channel for a while now, I even know that a lot of you guys first started subscribing for the Hyper MT Plus 2. That was one of the first trucks that I ever got from Hobao. And ever since then, I've been part of their team, and it's a great team to be part of. On that note, though, guys, before my voice goes away completely, as always, if you like this video, give me a huge thumbs up. Please subscribe and have a fantastic day.